Hello, one and all. We are the Kings. Pop Culture Kings, we're back. Anywho, this is our little movie news recap. You know, some stuff have popped off recently. We kind of wanted to bring it up and talk about it and debate it and see what's going on in the world of movies. Mainly genre films. Because, you know, we're dorks. This is what dorks do. Start off, sir.
Okay. My brother said he wanted to bring this up, so this one's for you, Steven. The one he wanted to bring up, he said, one of the rumors I guess going around the internet is for the new Batman coming up between Batman and Robin, you know, eventually, or not Batman and Robin, excuse me, Batman versus Superman, and eventually, you know, his own series, is that the Joker coming up, played by Jared Leto, is, used to be...
actually Robin.
Yeah, it used to be actually Robin. Now, I guess there's some videos out there on YouTube. There's some videos out there on YouTube that, you know, try to give explanations or whatnot. Don't believe them. It's not true. He's not Robin.
It's a nice theory. Yeah. It's a nice theory. And look, am I saying it's 100% wrong? No, of course not. You know, look, a broken clock is, you know, right twice a day. But this is not true. This is not happening. And, you know, the storyline they're setting up, you know, for Batman, for Bruce, for what am I talking about? For Ben Affleck's Batman solo movie, which will now be a trilogy. The first movie that him and Jeff Johns are co-writing, expect a lot of Joker presence. It's going to be with Jared Leto and Margot Robbie, but I think it's going to be more along the lines of them dealing with the death of the Robin. You know, the whole thing is, I don't know which Robin they killed. You know, there are rumors that it was actually Dick Grayson instead of Jason Todd, and that would be really interesting if they went that route. But, you know, we still don't know the particulars of Robin's death and what, in terms of which Robin it was. But this is, look, it's a really good theory, you know, how it was pieced together and whatnot, but I don't think this was going to happen.
Yeah, I think it's just too complicated, especially for it to be, you know, in the Suicide Squad, or, you know, like I said, a glimpse of it in the Batman versus Superman.
Well, this Joker that Jared Leto is playing is actually a lot more. This is going to be a much more sadistic take on the character. You know, Jack Nicholson's was essentially Cesar Romero's version on crack, you know, and Heath Ledger was, you know, the clown prince of chaos, you know what I mean? But Jared Leto's take is going to be a lot more sadistic and a lot more heavy PG-13.
Yeah, especially with the Suicide Squad is rated R, right?
I think it's going to be R, PG-13. I don't think it's going to be R.
You don't think it's going to be R?
No. But I do think that we're going to see a really hardcore version of that character, of the character of Joker, because, you know, it's glimpsed in the trailer. I mean, you see him essentially turn Harley Quinn into Harley Quinn. Yeah. You know? And, you know, from the behind-the-scenes stuff I've seen, you know, you see him beating on her. You just see this guy completely tormenting this character, and this is going to be a more hardcore take on the character, and expect to see, I can't wait to see him and Ben Affleck butt heads in Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie, which will probably in 2018. And yeah, but again, I don't think this theory is true at all, that Jared Leto is playing the former Robin.
Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense, because I mean,
again, it's a good theory, but I don't know.
Yeah, because Joker kills Robin, so what happened to the original Joker? Did you take him over? I mean, like I said, it's just too many questions to answer. Yeah. In a short amount of time, when you want them to be focused on different stuff. So, I mean, this to me doesn't tread water at all. And whoever started that rumor is kind of stupid. So,
I mean, again, it's a good theory if they want to, you know, completely just mind screw us. I mean, yeah, they could do that, but I don't see.
Yeah, I
don't
with
see
the
them taking
all
that
the
drastic a step.
yeah,
Yeah.
all the mistakes movies have been making lately in between.
Well, and on top of that, I mean, say it was Dick Grayson instead, and they're actually trying to combine the Red Hood and Nightwing characters. Say he comes back at first, he's Red Hood, then he ultimately becomes Nightwing, or blah blah blah. You know, look, this is a bunch of stuff that Warner Brothers is playing with. You know, they have their little DC Films board of directors, so to speak, and you know they're coming up with stuff that's really gonna give us fans a real thrill. So that's really all we should be worried about. I mean, the whole thing with Joker being Robert, that's just it's too much.
Yeah, and number one is you don't mess with the main villain. I mean, it's like I said, it's too far a stretch. Batman or Joker kills Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So then, what? The new Robin comes back, or he comes back and then becomes the Joker. I mean, it's just too confusing.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're gonna put that at rest. We're gonna say
think they're gonna keep, unlike when, Tim Burton showed, Joker's kind of origin in terms of him killing Bruce Wayne's parents. He's always been a psychopath, gangland, whatever, dropped in the vat of acid. But I like the way the Dark Knight did it, in that his past was so ambiguous. He basically just
kept making
popped up. He just was there one day. And I'm kind of hoping they take that same route with Jared Leto's version.
Yeah.
But again, we'll see what's happening.
The next one, which has been rumors for years, so I've heard that they wanted to do it, and they finally announced it, is Godzilla versus King Kong.
Well, it hasn't been technically announced, but Legendary Films, which was doing, was going to do the Kong Skull Island movie for Universal, they came to some sort of agreement, and they decided to move it over to Warner Brothers, because that way they can ultimately do a Godzilla versus King Kong movie and ultimately have them team up, so to speak. Kind of doing the Batman v Superman treatment to them. But a lot of stuff, how is that going to work given the size of Godzilla and the size of King Kong? And from what I understand, this is something they're really diligently trying to work out. And this morning there was some scuttlebutt that in light of them Legendary moving back to Warner Brothers for this one project, that Pacific Rim 2 has been indefinitely put on hold, which means in Hollywood speak that it's not going to happen. So, and while that doesn't really surprise me, because while it was a solid hit, the expense of the movie doesn't really justify a sequel given how much money it made. And again, Universal's like, look, we're cool. We have Jurassic Park.
Yes.
We're fine. But you move Godzilla and King Kong and blah, blah, blah. You make Skull Island like, the Monster Island of the Toho movies or whatnot. But they keep saying, well, these are rumors, of course. The rumors keep saying that they're working out a way to try to make this Godzilla work with a different Kong, because this is going to be a different Kong than the one we saw in the Peter Jackson movie.
Yeah,
obviously. But
yeah, that one died. So
yes, but as long as the movie is cool, because I was surprised at how awesome the first Godzilla movie was.
Yes, that was
the 2014 one, not the 1998 one.
Yeah,
2014 one. That movie was. I mean, granted, you don't see a lot of Godzilla in it, but the parts you see him in were really awesome.
Yeah, I think they're gonna address that in the next one, because a lot of people complained. And even in the original Godzilla, you don't see him that much, but. Mm-hmm. Hopefully the next one, because obviously it just saves money that way.
Well, you look at how in this case, you kind of give the moviegoers what they want because they want more Godzilla.
Yes, and I think, like I said,
know.
you want Godzilla, I think they give it to him.
Yeah.
With King Kong, I think, make King Kong a little bigger or make Godzilla a little smaller.
Because from what I understand, the next 3 movies will be Godzilla's. We'll see. You have the Godzilla sequel, Kong Skull Island. Then that will ultimately lead to the Godzilla King Kong movie. This is all what if scenarios, if it all works out. So we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen because, like I said, it's a moneymaker. I mean,
Yeah.
who does not want to see King Kong and Godzilla fight again or be in the same movie again?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
unless
epic.
those versions they made before were really bad.
Yeah,
They were really
back
bad.
back in the times. But like I
Yeah.
said, it's
But this has the potential to be really awesome,
Yeah.
and has the potential to be Freddy versus Jason.
Yeah.
So
I mean, just look at it. You got Transformers. Big hit. Pacific Rim wasn't a huge hit, but made money. Jurassic World money. Guys like seeing big things destroy shit. Plain and simple. Transformers
look
are horrible.
outside of the first movie, which was decent. The last 3 Transformers movies were just simply god awful. But
Yeah, especially the last one.
They make billions of dollars because really, it's cool watching giant robots fight.
Yes, exactly. We like giant things blowing shit up. Plain
Yeah.
and simple. Guys turn off their brains in those kind of movies and
Yeah.
just explosion. That's all we
Yeah.
care about. Give us
But-
explosions. Give us Godzilla again. Give us King Kong.
But
have them fight each other. There goes a big movie.
Don't insult us, though. Give us at least
Yeah,
coherent storyline.
Yeah. Yeah. Get someone else to direct the movies. I mean, they always say, oh, they're making money. But you know what's better than 1.2 billion? 1.5, 1.6. Give us something past 70% on Rotten Tomato, and you got your movie. You got a huge movie.
Yeah.
They haven't realized that yet, but they're like you said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. But it's cracked a little bit. That last one it still made over $1 billion, but that last one was just the writing in that was just horrible.
Yeah.
That line gets to me. What gives you a right, or you got a warrant? He goes, my face. I'm like,
Oh.
what the hell is that? That was just awful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Then here it goes. You got the Godzilla. Then you got King Kong.
Mm-hmm.
Make that. Then make Godzilla, King Kong versus the Pacific Rim. Boom. Just saying.
Wow. I honestly don't have the words.
His mind just blew. Okay. Now let's talk about Fantastic Four. We all know it was such a huge box office hit. We all saw it coming a mile away. Let's talk about the aftermath and what's going to happen with the rights and this and that.
gentlemen, is why you should never ever smoke crack. Fantastic Four was one gigantic missed opportunity.
Yes.
But Fox is not going to let go of those rights. Fox is not going to let go of those rights. They're going to work out a way to integrate them with the X-Men. They're not going to let go of those rights.
I think that, like I said, I strongly believe they should lay off Fantastic Four a little bit right now, and I think they should do Silver Surfer. They should give it a crack. For them to do a workable Fantastic Four, they're going to start from scratch again. That cast you can just pretty much count them out.
I don't think that's what they're going to do.
I think
There's what they should do.
that's what they should do, but
I think what they're going to do, and this is just speculation, pure speculation on my part, I think that they're going to keep this cast and integrate them with the existing X-Men world. That's what I think they're going to do. Because given Simon Kinberg's, latest statement stating that, he's committed to, a quote-unquote Fantastic Four sequel and trying to make it work with the same cast, I mean, I think Fox wants to keep their contracts and because they signed multiple picture contracts.
Yeah, that's a big mistake on their part.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Fox decided we're going to keep them and just integrate them with other properties. And because with what Fox has going on with Deadpool, which from what I understand the execs are just loving so far. They're already talking sequel. They're already speculating on putting Cable in the movie. That 2017 release date that was set for Fantastic Four 2 might go to Deadpool. So, again, this is all speculation and rumor. So, take it for however you will. But that's just, if that will be the least surprising outcome.
Yeah, I mean, if they're going to keep the cast, which I really don't think they should. If they keep the cast, they're gonna have to put somebody else in it to help save it.
And in the defense of the cast wasn't the problem with the movie.
Yes, but they will.
Because I actually liked the cast.
Yeah.
It's just there were just other things around the movie. The storyline, the gigantic plot holes, the poor introduction of Doom, the poor setup of Doom. I mean, just the movie had a lot more problems going for it, but the cast wasn't one of them.
Yeah. Well, just like with Spider-Man, went back to Marvel, so to speak. They switched them out back.
What Sony did was this: The Amazing Spider-Man 2 only made $700 million worldwide. And, it was, of the Spider-Man movies, it's easily the one that people really don't like the second most behind Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
But Sony just did a smart business move. They're like, look, we're going to keep the property, but we could have Marvel at Disney make the movies for us, but we're going to retain the rights. And again, like with Disney's list of things that are no-nos, Sony had their own list, which corresponded with Disney's list, and blah, blah, blah. And then, therefore, a happy marriage was formed.
Yes.
Now, Spider-Man is technically going to be part of the Marvel Universe, but Sony's going to reap all the financial rewards at the box office. So, that was just smart business.
Yeah.
Fox, on the other hand, and Marvel really don't have that kind of relationship.
Said the least, yeah.
Yeah, as you saw, earlier this year, Marvel canceled Fantastic Four comic books, and there's talk that they're going to do the same thing. They're going to phase out the X-Men comic books and give a bigger role to the Inhumans, which ironically is going to be a 2019 movie for Marvel. And the Inhumans feature heavily on the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show. And the Inhumans are basically, in terms of the MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe, they're going to be their version of the mutants.
Yeah.
And in light of that, Marvel, look, they can come up with a million business reasons why they're phasing out the X-Men, this, that, or the other, blah, 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 but I'm sorry. It's really petty. You know what I'm saying? You don't want Fox to benefit at all from. I mean, look, it's not Fox's fault that they bought the rights. But in saying that, Marvel can do what they want to do, but it just smacks of being petty. But be that as it may. Last year. With the Spider-Man Sony deal last year, Spider-Man pulled in $1.4 billion in overall merchandising sales. Superman pulled in $200 million. Batman pulled in close to $430 million. So easily the top two most popular characters are Batman and Superman. Now Batman and Spider-Man. I mean, and you even see Spider-Man is just eclipsing everybody. Spider-Man has the top selling comics right now. The number one top selling comic on top of it. And again, the only guy close to him is Batman. But what I think, getting back to Batman v Superman, what I think what that movie ultimately is going to do is make Superman a stronger character. Because Man of Steel, while it was a big hit with $660 some odd million, close to $670 million, Warner Brothers wanted a $1 billion movie.
Yeah.
Hence why, boom, you automatically go to Batman. You scrap every plan that you originally had, which rumor has it was for him to fight Brainiac and bring in Supergirl and have Bizarro feature in it. But once Warner Brothers didn't hit that $1 billion mark, they're like, well, we need to change gears. And as soon as Zack Snyder said, can we put Batman in it? Boom.
Yeah.
That was it. And Man of Steel has now become the issue number 0 of the DC expanded universe, which they're calling it. Batman v Superman is actually the one that launches the universe.
Yeah.
But I think, given what Warner Brothers is doing, given what Marvel Disney is doing now, we fans are going to really benefit it. Yeah, are the Marvel movies from Disney going to be, family entertainment? Of course they are. It's Disney. But that doesn't mean they're going to be any less cool. They're just not going to be as intense
as DC will be.
Yeah. DC is going to be a little more hardcore. Because when you see the Batman v Superman trailer, it's very epic.
Yeah,
it's very colossal. It's big. You see, like the scene with Batman stomping Superman through the skylight. Dude, that's epic. You know what I'm saying? And the stuff I've seen from Captain America Civil War, while it does look cool, it doesn't feel epic.
Well, once again, though, that's just little snippets. So hopefully, when we get the first
when we get the full trailer, I'm expecting.
Yeah, hopefully,
I'm expecting it to be. In fact, I'm expecting the first trailer to drop with Force Awakens in December,
which will be awesome.
Yeah,
but okay, we got Marvel has been doing movies for years. DC's finally getting on board with this.
Mm-hmm.
Any rumblings for Image yet? Spawn or any of their major characters? Because, like I said, Spawn made one, in 97, 98?
Yeah.
And they finally got the rights back. With this big push that movies are finally coming out, that all these people doing the movies, are they finally going to come out with an actual movie?
I'm going to wager a guess and say, if Deadpool is a runaway smash success like I expect it to be, then that will be that'll kind of be what pushes Spawn to get onto the big screen, because it'll be a hard R property, which will be easier for Todd McFarlane to sell. Because Todd McFarlane's been promising a hard R Spawn movie for, decades, it feels.
Yeah.
But if Deadpool's a big runaway success with a hard R, then that'll be the best time to strike in terms of Todd McFarlane wanting to get a hard R Spawn movie on the big screen. And from what I understand, the last New Line released the original movie, but from what I understand, the rights are up in the air, and there's talk Sony was going to do one, blah, blah, blah. But again, I think if Deadpool's a runaway success, that'll help Todd McFarlane's cause a lot more.
Yeah, because like I said, it's no-brainer for PG-13 movies, because obviously PG-13 movies make a lot more than rated R movies do.
Yeah.
And, rated R movies, especially comic book movies, haven't done incredibly well, but...
Well, in terms of R-rated movies, you got stuff like The Hangover and last year's, this year, American Sniper, which, carried an R rating, is one of the most successful R-rated movies in history. But a mass entertainment like a comic book being a hard R movie. That's a gamble.
Yes,
I
it is.
mean, I think it's a gamble that's going to pay off.
Yeah.
But it's still a gamble. Because if Deadpool is, modestly successful, then, that won't really make a blip. But if it's hugely successful, if it makes anywhere, say Deadpool makes upwards of $200 million domestically, yes, a hard R Spawn movie has a greater chance of coming to the screen. That's just what I think.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't think it's going to have a huge budget. What, maybe $100 million, $150 the most.
Well, Spawn was made on not that big a budget, and which was $1997, what have you. But Fox just proved with Deadpool. Deadpool doesn't have a giant budget.
Yeah.
You could knock out a Spawn movie. You don't have to spend $100 million on a Spawn movie. Especially what Todd McFarlane was, intimating. He's like a more grittier approach, kind of like what the cartoons were.
Yeah, the cartoons were awesome.
Yeah, grittier, more hardcore, less special effects heavy, even though Spawn itself, his cape and whatnot. But I think, given what the quotes McFarlane's been saying over the years, I think the tone he kind of wants to go for is more what we see with Netflix Daredevil. Really hardcore, really gritty, you know what I mean?
Which would really work for Spawn.
Which is perfect for Spawn. But, I think you give a good director, say, a $75 million budget, and he can knock out a really good Spawn movie. I mean, look at a movie like Dredd. Dredd was made for, what was it, $35 million?
Oh, I see. Yeah.
I think so, yeah. And Dredd looked like $100 million. It looked better than a $100 million movie.
Yeah. But it was confined to one little area.
One location.
Yeah, one location, but yeah.
And with Spawn, what McFarlane was intimate, like with the cartoon, it just took place in that alley. Mostly took place in that alley.
Yeah, it's a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I said, hopefully it gets knocked out of the park because with Deadpool, because unlike Fantastic Four with a bad rating, the movie is not going to get good ratings. I mean, good reviews at all, because it's going to be hardcore violence, cussing.
Well, look, I'm expecting a lot better than a 10%.
Yeah, hopefully, but
I'm expecting a lot better than a 10%.
Yeah, it's one of those movies you don't expect to have a good review, a rating.
Deadpool's not going to be a movie where you expect it's going to be a critical darling.
No, it's not. It's not going to get any Oscar buzz, no matter how hard Ryan Reynolds tries, but it's going to be a straight-up guy movie. It's going to be entertaining. Yeah. It's going to be gory. It's going to have a lot of cussing, a lot of stupid
breaking
dick jokes.
The fourth wall.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those stupid guy movies that we're going to absolutely love, and hopefully. Yeah. But like I said, if it hits big, it's going to definitely do wonders for Fox.
Oh, look, if it hits big, expect not an avalanche, of course, but expect more studios will be more willing to go in for a hard R with a comic book movie. They'll be more willing to entertain that idea if Deadpool really, really hits.
Because like I said, with another one, like the Suicide Squad that's coming out, and PG-13.
As far as I know, Suicide Squad is going to be PG-13.
Yeah, that's going to be a hard PG-13.
And let's be honest, if Deadpool does go through the roof, I don't expect it, but it wouldn't surprise me if David Ayer, who wrote and directed Suicide Squad, would be like, hey, maybe we could add this scene back in the movie that was a little too intense, add that scene back into the movie which was a little too intense, and maybe we could risk having a hard R because Deadpool went through the roof, and because Batman v Superman made over $1 billion.
Yeah. Well, here's my thing though. Why can't they do an PG-13 and a rated R version? Why can't they just do a rated R extended version? I don't see why they can't do
Well,
that.
most movies do that now in terms of going when they go to Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Extended versions or unrated versions, so to speak, whatever. And and if Suicide Squad does end up being PG-13, I would be blown away if there wasn't an unrated version of that movie. Okay, simply because of violence. If you know anything about David Ayer, he wrote Training Day. He directed End of Watch. He directed Fury. Look, the guy knows how to, shoot cinematic violence. And if memory serves, Suicide Squad would be his first PG-13 movie, because both End of Watch and Fury were hard R. But I believe. But I wouldn't be surprised if look, again, this is all hyperbole. Look, this is all complete guessing on my part. If Deadpool blows everything out of the water and becomes a giant box office success, that will help move along Spawn.
Yeah.
That will help. That could help David Ayer say, hey, maybe we could put a little bit more intensity into the movie as they're putting their final edit together. But again, this is all a big if. Deadpool first has to hit. I think it will, but it still has to do it.
Yeah, because not only that, because I think it's going to do what you said with, if it is a big hit, it's going to spawn, lesser known characters or fan favorite characters, or, like Cable and whatnots. Those guys, I think, will start coming out even more, because like you said, they may do a Cable.
Yeah, they're talking about trying to add Cable for a Deadpool sequel.
Yeah.
And from what, what's been released online, Deadpool has just, Fox execs love it. They're already talking sequel. There's rumblings that it'll take what I'm assuming to be the abandoned 2017 Fantastic Four 2 release date that they'll probably end up giving the Deadpool. But again, that's just rumor. But but you could see a lot of I could see a lot of things changing if Deadpool is a huge hit.
Yeah, like I said,
because if Fox is that studio that rolls the dice on an R-rated superhero movie, and it turns out to be a big success, other studios, because again, success breeds copycat, because that's what Hollywood does. They see a trend, they follow it. This smart business. So it's like, oh, wait a minute, people are more willing to go see an R-rated superhero movie. Wow. Let's call Todd McFarlane, see if he still wants to do that Spawn movie. Or Warner Brothers brass could be, hey, let's make Suicide Squad a little bit more intense, which I still think, I firmly believe it'll be PG-13.
Yeah, because I mean,
again,
you just
these are all big ifs. This is what could happen.
Yeah, because I mean, let's be honest. Like I said, PG-13 has the potential to make way, way more money.
Yeah,
so,
because that the bigger audience can see them.
Yeah.
But because again, a lot of ifs. If Deadpool is a big hit, if Batman v Superman makes god awful tons of money. I mean, because people keep forgetting, Suicide Squad actually had more views, has more total views than the Batman v Superman trailer. They're both very, very high, but more people were curious about seeing the new Joker.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Suicide Squad, do not be surprised if it's an even bigger hit than most people think it'll be.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna do. As long as, like I said, as long as the movie's good, I think it's gonna definitely do a couple $100 million.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be really successful.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be really successful, and I think Warner Brothers is kind of lining up all their ducks in a row. Let's talk with George Miller, fresh off of the success of Mad Max, is in talks to helm the Man of Steel sequel or another Warner Brothers property. But if Batman v Superman it's going to be a big hit regardless.
Oh yeah, it's going to make.
But if it's also a really good movie and a big giant success, Warner Brothers is I think they're gonna start, officially announcing more titles.
Yeah,
You know. Yeah.
You know, it's like even what Deadpool is, you know, with Fox owning, you know, just owning X-Men
Well,
now.
dude, you gotta understand. You know, there have been what, and since 2000 when the X-Men franchise started, there have been 7 movies total, and next year Fox is releasing 3.
Yeah, they want to. They want to definitely be in the superhero game, but
They want
like
to
I
be.
said,
They
with
want
their
to be in the
limited-
superhero shared universe game.
Yes.
You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
with
you know,
Deadpool, X-Men, Apocalypse, and Gambit all coming out next year, yeah, they're all in.
Yeah.
Fox is like, okay, we're not gonna do this one movie every 2-3 years BS. You know,
That's
we're gonna try to release 2-3 movies a year.
Yeah, because if Deadpool hits at the box office, I think it's going to open up a lot of other characters that they have because they don't have that many. I mean, like I said, you got Fantastic Four, and you have
They have
X-Men.
all the X-Men.
Yeah, they have all the X-Men, but how many good superheroes are in the X-Men? Villain-wise, yes, but superhero
Well-
they got a handful they could use. But
I think Fox finally realized they have an embarrassment of riches outside of the Wolverine character. Because X-Men First Class was a big hit with just a Wolverine cameo.
yeah,
And you watch X-Men Days of Future Past, while Wolverine is kind of the gateway character, the character the story's told through, he's not the story's main character. X-Men Days of Future Past is still the struggle between Xavier and Magneto,
Yeah.
with Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique being kind of the focal point of the story. And again, with X-Men Apocalypse, there's, you know, in all the promotion, there's no trace of Hugh Jackman, and Fox finally has a lot of confidence in the property. And look at their costumes from the first movie till now. I Live Evolve, you know.
oh yeah,
First movie, just leather outfits. Now they're becoming more comic booky.
yeah,
You
which
know.
is about time in my
Yeah,
book.
because let's be honest, in 2000, 2003, 2006, when the first 3 movies came out, you wouldn't have saw Psylocke dressed the way she is.
Oh yeah,
You know? You wouldn't see her costume being verbatim taken from the comic book. You know, but now they're a lot more confident in that, and a lot more confident that it doesn't look silly, because comic book movies are, let's be honest, a very big deal right now.
Yes, that's a very, very big deal. And
Yeah.
like I said, the more success that the movies have, more and more smaller characters. Like you said, Doctor Strange is coming out. Marvel's going to start releasing some more. I think Fox will start, you know, like releasing all the little characters that they have, like Dick Cable, which is not maybe well known as like some of the other characters, but he's definitely been around since the
Yeah.
early '90s. He's a major character in the X-Men comic books for the years. X-Force, you know, for them to do X-Force, you know, X Factor, all that good stuff.
Yeah, because bringing in Cable for a Deadpool sequel, that opens up during X Factor.
Well, the
That,
X-Force, but yeah.
X-Force, my bad.
Yeah.
And because they've been talking about doing an X Factor movie for years, and now with you put Cable in the mix, you can do an X-Force movie. But again, this opens them up because, you know, a lot of people are talking about, well, when's the bubble going to burst, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, people just want to see really cool movies.
Yeah,
It
and
doesn't matter if superhero movies or not.
yeah,
I mean, can they cannibalize each other? Look, you know, a lot of people think, you know, comic movies are going to go the way of the dodo, you know, the way of the Western, you know, not because, you know, Westerns were a Hollywood staple for, you know, decades.
yes,
You know, and they phased out because, you know, people started getting more technologically savvy. They wanted their Dirty Harrys instead of their Man with No Name. You know what? You know, tastes changed, but look how long it took for them to get that point.
yeah.
And as long as the comic book movies that are made are good, people are still go and see them. You know, I don't think the bubble's going to burst anytime soon. It's just
Yeah.
that the movies have to keep being good. That's the point.
Yeah, it's like I said, when westerns do come out, like the remake of True Grit or whatever, if they're good,
Remake a True Hit, True
Yeah.
Grit, big hit.
yes, And
Django
it's
Unchained, big hit.
Yep.
Hateful Eight coming this December. Gonna be a big hit from Quentin Tarantino.
If it's a good movie, people will see
exactly.
it. Plain and simple. And it's got a lot of violence in it. Throw some boobies in there, guys will go see it.
Okay.
I'm just throwing it out there. Do you ever go, oh, not another booby? I mean, the guys don't do that. Well, I mean, certain guys do, but you know.
Let me reiterate something. If Deadpool is a big hit with sex scenes and boobies and hardcore violence, trust me, Disney will never make an R comic book movie, no matter how in it is.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Disney
they'll never do it.
Will never do that.
But once again, I think it will, like I said, a rush of superheroes will come up. I think it's time for Spawn. I would like to see Spawn. Spawn is an interesting character. I would like to see him.
What I like is that, like, us, comic book users, that we like a variety of different things. Same goes for movie going. It's not fun for me if Batman v Superman is going to be a movie like Marvel. They're inherently different worlds. The key to having, continued success with comic movies is, release them, but make them all different. Don't make them all the same.
Oh yeah, I don't want to see the same. I don't want to go see the same movie.
Because, we're sick of origin movies because after Batman Begins, that's it. Okay, that's the ultimate origin movie. And Spider-Man's already had 2 origin movies. We don't need to see another one.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of people, the one aspect of the Batman v Superman trailer, people, were complaining. If there were any complaints, they didn't like the whole recap of what happened to his parents. Because we already know what happened to his parents. But the reason I think that's in there is because Zack Snyder had a specific reason for putting it there. Otherwise, he wouldn't have cast someone like the guy that played the comedian in Watchmen, Jeffrey Dean something. But he's playing Thomas Wayne. And I think he has a bigger scene in mind than just him walking on and getting killed. So it won't be much, but it'll be, I think he has something bigger in mind. But, the biggest gripe where people were talking about the whole Marvel and Sony marriage with Spider-Man is that they didn't want to see another origin.
Yeah, we don't want 2 origin stories for Spider-Man.
Even though the character is 16 in the movie, he will already have been Spider-Man. But I think the rumors of Tony supplying him with this tech, I think that's crap. As a Spider-Man fan, I'm like, I like the fact that he came up with his web shooters. Yeah. And that he's a scientist. I like that. I don't want them to turn Tony Stark not only into the main character of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but I don't want him to become the Q of that series either. He's the one that provides everybody their tech.
Yeah, I mean, it would make no sense to have Spider-Man. I mean, he wouldn't be Spider-Man without his webs. I mean, for him to do it would be stupid.
For Tony Stark to provide, I don't like that. Look, if you're gonna have Tony, because I keep hearing Tony Stark's the one that gives him his suit. Whatever, fine. But have Peter Parker be the one that actually comes up with the web shooters. At least that. I mean, look, I know it's a little nerd gripe, but dude,
that's a big nerd gripe. I'm sorry, but
to a lot of people who have no idea. Cause just remember, there was a big segment of comic book fans that didn't like the fact that his web shooters were organic in the first 3 movies.
Yeah.
The general movie-going audience didn't care because
most of them didn't know.
Yeah, because the first Spider-Man movie was a giant success. The second one, was the first superhero movie that a lot of people thought should have got a Best Picture nod. And Spider-Man 3 was a complete and total colossal failure. But it still made a ton of money.
That's all they cared about.
But again, no one, the vast majority of moviegoers didn't care he had organic web shooters, and the vast majority probably won't care that Tony Stark gives him his tech. But as a comic book fan, as a Spider-Man fan, that to me, that was one of the things I loved about the Amazing Spider-Man, was that he came up with the web shooter tech. I am not a fan. I think it should be Peter that comes up with the web shooters. Again, small gripe.
Yeah, it should be, but yeah, like I said, we're tired of the origin stories, but we'll obviously get one for Deadpool because they're going to make it like the Wolverine movie never happened.
Well, it'll be a different origin story.
Yeah, they're gonna make
with Deadpool, it won't be a. It has to be an origin story simply because we've never seen the character like this on screen.
Yes, they're going to just pretend that like the first Wolverine never happened.
What Days of Future Past did with their, it was kind of what J.J. Abrams or Star Trek movie did, kind of wiped the timeline.
Yeah.
So essentially, no, that happened anyway. So we're good. So we're good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's just my minor gripe about the whole Civil War thing. You know, I don't want it to be. It should be a conflict between Cap and Iron Man. It's a Captain America movie. Should be a Captain America movie first. And with Spider-Man, Tony shouldn't be the one that provides him all of his tech.
Yeah.
You know, here are your web shooters. Here's your new suit. No. Give him a suit, that's fine, but let Peter come up with the web shooters.
Yeah, have him like a little cheesy costume and like your kid take this.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like I said, it's just I think next couple of years it's gonna be dominated by superhero movies.
Well, again, all the superhero movies we got coming out. Next year we have 6 of them, but they're all going to be different. You have Deadpool in February, you have Batman v Superman in March, you have Captain America Civil War in May, you have X-Men Apocalypse also in May, you have Suicide Squad in August, and then you have Doctor Strange in November. And dude, they're all different movies.
Yes, but they're all comic movies. They're all comic book movies, but it's
they can all be in the action genre, the fantasy genre, the sci-fi genre, whatever. But they're common denominators that they're all comic book movies. But my point is that they're all different. They're not all the same.
Yes, that's always good. Like I said, I think it's the time for the comic book movies to a point, but it's almost time for Star Wars, and I think we're going to do a Star Wars theme, maybe 2 of them before the movie comes out. Because, like I said, it's just, no matter how much I like, Avengers, comic books, whatever, it's my love is always Star Wars, and I think Star Wars is going to blow everyone out of the water.
Awesome is this?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, we're Star Wars people. I mean, my biggest thing is Star Wars. No matter how much I love comic books, how much I love everything, it always goes back to Star Wars. And Star Wars, to me, is literally my earliest memory I have as a kid. I can't wait till these movies come out, and hopefully they get to a point when they start making 2 or 3 a year. I don't think they'll do 3, but 2 is not out of the question.
Look,
but
I'm a hardcore Star Wars fan. Hardcore Star Wars fan. I even like the prequels. Sue me. But dude, I can't wait.
Yeah, so all the movies, all the movies came out, Avengers, all this stuff like this. This is the one I'm waiting for. Well, not this one, but this will hopefully it redeems the qualities from the last ones, what they were lacking. They had their moments, but obviously they weren't as good as everyone wanted them to be. Hopefully this makes up for it, and I believe it will.
Look, I love the Clone Wars.
I like the Clone Wars.
I'm a Star Wars geek. Star Wars geek.
Yeah, I freaking Revenge of the Sith, one of my favorite Star Wars movies. I mean, like I said, the Emperor came in, how he tricked everyone. That was awesome. Younglings had it coming. I'm just saying, they were dealing drugs.
Wow. Wow.
Okay. Anything else you need to talk about? Or are we good?
A hell of a drug, obviously.
Dude, I've been sober for like a week. Shut up. I think this is it. We will definitely hit you guys up very soon. For those that actually watch.
As a crackhead, he's lost time. A week to him is 3 hours. But Tank, this is us.
Yes, we are Pop Culture Kings. We hopefully will have a Facebook page. Hopefully we can start doing stuff with it soon, and hopefully we can get a website up. Not sure when that will happen, but we'll work on the Facebook page first. We're nerds. We're not those kind of nerds. We gotta get people to do that for us. But hopefully we can start doing something with the Facebook page. But
Not all that tech savvy.
no, we're not. But we can do Facebook. I mean, that shouldn't be a problem. Hopefully he'll do the news part, and I want to start doing in toys and other stuff out of movies. We'll do comic books and stuff like that. We just got to get, we're finally back, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll start doing that stuff for you guys. Hopefully we'll get some people to actually look at it. Okay, I'm Ice, this is Tank, we're out. We'll see you next week.